The day the planes fell, July 4th, 1943. Private First Class. Evan Evans was 22 years old when he found himself crouched behind sandbags on Renova Island, part of the 9th Defense Battalion of the United States Marine Corps. For 3 weeks, he had endured mud, heat, and fear, and despite manning one of the island's powerful 90mm anti-aircraft guns, he had yet to down a single enemy plane. That changed on the morning of July 4th, 1943. 2 days prior, the Japanese had launched a devastating aerial assault, sending 18 bombers and 440 fighters to attack Renova. With radar knocked out, the defenders were caught unprepared. Fuel depots, ammunition stores, and even a field hospital were targeted. Over 50 Marines died and 77 were injured. For the Marines, the suicide point had earned its name. Renova's defenses were in disrepair, but the Marines were determined to prepare for the next attack. The rain on July 3rd slowed Japanese air operations, and during that window, the battalion's mechanics and radar teams worked tirelessly. By dawn on July 4th, the SCR-268 radar sets were functioning. Communications between the 12 anti-aircraft positions were restored, and gun crews resumed their drills. At 8:45, radar detected a large formation inbound from Rabaul, 16 Mitsubishi G-4M Betty bombers with 180 fighter escorts. They flew at 14,000 feet, descending as they neared. Renova's combat air patrol was elsewhere, leaving the gun crews to face the bombers alone. As the Japanese drew closer, Evans and his team prepared their gun. Battery C, Gun 3, was ready. At 9:15, the air raid siren sounded. The Marines stood their ground. Evans loaded high explosive shells with variable time fuses, precise to the half second. At 30 miles out, the order came, commence firing. The 12 90mm guns roared. Every 3 seconds, Evans' gun cycled. Load, ram, set, fire. As shells screamed skyward, radar-guided calculations were fed to the mechanical directors. The sky filled with bursts of flak. Evans' first confirmed hit came at 12 miles. A shell detonated 200 meters in front of the lead bomber. Shrapnel tore through its engine. Smoke and fire spread across the wing. The bomber broke formation and crashed into the ocean. The remaining bombers pressed on. As the Japanese reached 7 miles, Renova's guns intensified. More Bettys were hit. Some trailed smoke, others broke apart mid-air. The Japanese released their bombs early, far from the target, and turned away. Not a single bomb struck Renova. Evans kept firing, striking a bomber attempting to escape at altitude. It spiraled down and exploded. The formation broke. Bombers scattered, fleeing in all directions. Radar tracked them and the guns followed. In less than 30 minutes, 12 of the 16 bombers were shot down. Battery C claimed 4 kills. Other batteries accounted for the rest. No American lives were lost. Renova had turned the tide. The 9th Defense Battalion's success reverberated up the chain of command. Reports and after-action reviews were compiled, studied, and disseminated. The integration of radar with gun directors had proven decisive. The Japanese altered their tactics. High-altitude, nighttime raids replaced daylight assaults, but their effectiveness declined. Renova remained untouched in subsequent attacks. The island became a symbol of American defensive innovation. Evans continued to serve. He fought on Guam, battled disease, and watched the Japanese retreat across the Pacific. His battalion shot down 46 aircraft by war's end, but July 4th, 1943 remained their defining moment. Evans returned home to Richmond, Indiana after the war. He lived a quiet life, seldom speaking of that day. In 1993, a Marine Corps archivist found a photograph of Evans and his gun crew. The image rekindled memories Evans had long buried. He had been part of something extraordinary. The battle at Renova became part of Marine Corps history. The tactics refined there reshaped air defense across the Pacific. And though the jungle has reclaimed much of the island, the memory endures. July 4th, 1943 was the day the planes fell. It was the day 3 young Marines, through courage and precision, helped change the course of the war.